So, another year at Omega.
Another year at Omega.
How many years has it been since you've been coming here?
No, this is our second visit here. We did it last year, and this year was the second time, and we're coming back in August. So get on your horses.
Back in August for the Angel experience.
Yeah, it'll be TNT 11. So it'll be the 11th time that Webb presented this work, and 11th time to bring these omnipotent beings into this dimension and teach people how to use them for healing.
Totally. I think that there's generally always a lot of skepticism, even when I first was exposed to this. But it has been provided in such a safe space that a lot of people's walls just completely come down, and they're open to walking into these kind of situations where otherwise you would never find me walking into a psychic's door or looking for a healer. So this is a very special space. How can people make use of this consciousness shift that really is what you're providing in your class, and also to try to see in my own healing experience that there is a possibility for you to immediately come out of pain? Is there like a quick tip? At least there's a large 5-day course it takes to really learn in depth. But let's say just to begin to believe in healing your own body, what does that really take?
Well, I think it's organized thought. You know, all the great thinkers say that you become what you think. And so I think organizing your thought is really important. I think it's really important to do that right before you go to sleep at night. And when you first wake up, don't wake up and jump up and check your phone. Wake up and take a moment to, you're breathing. You're just giving gratitude for your life and those around you, and just taking a moment, I think at the end of the day, maybe have a moment or two of introspection and gratitude for the day that you experienced and the magic of it, and then prepare yourself for the coming day. I think that we've lost a lot of that ability in our society just because we're in a hurry, all these things we got to do, and it's the nature of humanity, being in a hurry. And if we just take a little more time to organize our thoughts and get moving, then we're just gonna have a better experience, and that's going to start healing the mind, body, and spirit on its own.
Yeah, I so appreciate that, because this last week has been really experientially deepening when I return home at the end of a 14-hour day and I get to lay down for a minute just to reflect. That's when I've experienced the deepest healing at the end of my day, because I'm able to assess where I was and kind of take note of what stimuli I've taken in. And there was no time throughout the day to really do that. I'm just sitting with that feeling of discomfort and pain, which we want to distract ourselves from. But if we go into understanding that pain a little bit and sitting with it and receiving the messages from it, we can quickly dissolve it. So I know that there are so many different energy healing modalities. This is something that a lot of people I talk to have never heard of, to possibly use angels for healing. But we all, in every religion, have talked about, all of them have talked about the power of angels coming in contact with human beings, supporting us, being a part of our life and our journey here on Earth. Even though I was in a completely other segment of learning here with the Sufi path of love being a multi-religious interfaith discipline of theology study from PhDs and a long line of Sufi mystics and who have studied all the religions, they're saying the same thing generally, that there are angels amongst us, that we have angelic qualities that have come and incarnated over different dimensions before we became a human being. Some of that I've come to understand that we have to go back to our understanding of source to really feel that connection where the powers from above are able to touch us. So there's initial skepticism for anyone who first tries to open up the possibility. From your point of view, can you share just one? You gave us the tip about analyzing your day at the end of the day and breathing and not being in a rush. If someone really has a chronic ailment and a medical condition, which a lot of people have been failed by the medical system, and then they reach out to you, you're able to heal them even remotely.
Yes, well, this really isn't an energy technique. This truly is asking, using intention, using the science of quantum mechanics, using intention, using the act of observation, direction, and really having understanding of these of the knowledge. That's why it's total knowledge, because you need the knowledge. You need to understand what is going wrong in these systems, and we've really set this up so that anybody can learn it, anybody can use it. That it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I like simple things, and it's set up so that we go through certain layers to start peeling that that onion off, and
Right.
and of course, you mentioned somebody going through, being chronically ill, and having any intervention fail them, whether it's Western med or alternative. It's really no different. There's so much emotion locked into the mind body because of frustration and what's wrong with me, and these kinds of thoughts that are that start piling on top of one another. And so when you have something like what you're talking about, we're using, I mean, if somebody was asked what this technique is about, this would be a frequency or a vibrational healing. If you ask, so if somebody said, hey, just give me, what's the one word you got for this? Is it energy? No, this is vibrational and frequency. And so we use principles from throughout science that are out there. We look at Royal Rife was a genius back in the day using electromagnetic frequencies, and there's little machines out there that really just can't do what angels do. And the angels, they're interdimensional. I believe they're God's helpers. Everyone wants to know, what angels I work with. Are they mine? No, they're not. We all have access to them. But most people don't have the knowledge that it takes. It took 20 years to build the knowledge before I could actually show this and demonstrate this, repeat this. We had 30 miracles in the past 5 days. I mean, at least. These are bona fide miracles.
I've witnessed them myself last year, and I was a patient of yours when I had this torn ligament in my foot, medically diagnosed, needing surgery, taking the shots. And right before I went on a trip in the Himalayas hiking, I've been really pain-free since. Although there's some tightness in there, but it doesn't hurt or fail me. And you were able to even physically manipulate the other opposing muscles that opened up the ability for me to have a lot of pain relief. That night, I had 3 really strong dreams, I remember I shared with you, that put me face to face with the emotional traumas that were deeply locked in my subconscious over my lifetime. And I think that is another explorative thing that people need to still look at first, to really understand that there's a mind-body connection to us holding in this pain. And science is proving the exact same thing, as you said. But I think even more mainstream now is that there's already now 800 United States hospitals using Reiki. There's alternative energies coming into the fray. There's drug therapy, psychotherapy. There's a whole bunch of research on frequencies using light, targeting and destroying cells with the sound waves and vibratory at the same, matching the wavelengths, matching the resonance of that. So we'll see a completely new technology of the future that is already not so far away. This is like next 5 years, 10 years, where this will be very mainstream.
It already is out there. All that is already out there, and it's getting better.
Yeah. And you're sharing, so I'll have just 1 or 2 questions, just last couple minutes here to wrap up. The fact that you have some free resources that people can explore on your website. You have AHUMANENGINEER.com with some guided meditation tapes. Some of that maybe we could share a link to in this video, and people can get a first-hand experience of the healing power of using angels in this.
Well, the Relax to Heal is a 20-minute recording. Relax to Heal is we only have a couple of recordings, but that's one of them. The heart resonance technique is another one. It's some terrible organ on there. I don't know who played that and was doing the speaking, but this is really powerful for our heart. It's really powerful for our hearts to have compassion for ourselves, and to really look at ourselves, and we have compassion for everything around us. We appreciate our cat and our dog, our loved ones, all these things. But when we turn that inward, that is a really powerful thing. You asked about self-healing, is to really feel that in your heart. There's all kinds of studies that show those 2 vibrations alone, just the words and the thoughts of those, change the heart. And then, Relax to Heal is to just remind your mind that everything in life is easier when we are relaxed, and that's true as well. Having stress come right by us and through us and out of us, and both of those recordings are imbued with angels. So everybody has access to angels. Everybody has a guardian angel. Everybody listening to this or ever sees this has had an angelic experience. Though we'll just chalk it up to, oh wow, what a good! I'm so glad that truck didn't run over me.
Coincidence.
I was at the right place at the right time. It missed me. It's like, yeah, that was it was your angel taking care of you.
Someone looking out. Mm-hmm. And I think that's also an important part of what this place represents at the Omega Institute, is that there's always some type of support wherever you are in your journey. And it's a wonderful place to look at the diversity of their catalog and offerings and come here to really experience one thing, but then get exposed to many, many different things in that same short period of time. So is there any final words that you want to share with, are there anything new next retreats or some ways to engage with you? I know you have your website.
Yeah, we have the website. You go there, sign up for our newsletter that we never send out. I prefer to, when we send something out, it's important. We try to do as many calls as we can to the course of a year to, so people can experience what these angels can do for you over and above our classes. It's unbelievably powerful. Even the group healings. We had a woman here who did one. She came because she did a group healing. I mean, I think we had 60 people on the call. I don't remember her name or face or anything, and we accidentally fixed her anaphylactic shock to cinnamon, her Hashimoto's disease, and something else. It was gone. This woman, I think remember leg or hip or something, and that's the kind of thing that happens with angels. I mean, they accidentally heal us, and all we have to do is be aware that they're around us all the time. I would like to say quickly. Omega Institute, there's just not enough to be said. I'm a big energy person, frequency person, vibrational person, and coming in here, you just feel the stress come off your body. You feel all the people who have come here before, all the different, like you said, all the different modalities and things. I mean, I see the painting classes here, and I'm like, what the heck am I doing here? Teaching this? I should be painting. and you're doing a photography class, and there's all kinds of healing modalities here.
Animal mindfulness.
So there's chronic pain classes here. There's all kinds of different classes, and really, like you said, I think you read the catalog or look through the website, you're going to find something that resonates with you, and that's what you should come and do. I think. I mean, I cannot say enough about the experience at Omega, for sure. I met you here. How awesome.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there's been a lot of new families and friends that I've met here, and it feels to me exactly like any other spiritual ashram that I've been to. It's a place of service. It's a place of giving your life energies for supporting someone else's well-being. And the staff here is very special in that way, whether they're doing it consciously or not. They just imbibe and give off tons and tons of love.
Can't say enough. I cannot. There's the words can't express my gratitude towards the staff here. Yeah. It's just like this. Totally, everything's covered, and we tend to go a little late. I'm a little crazy when when angels start coming around. I want to help everybody, and a lot of people need help, and teaching this work. I like to watch the graduates do it and make sure everybody who needs it gets some help, and to have the staff come around 10 o'clock at night and they're like, you guys are still here? It's like, yeah, we're almost done. Okay, no problem. We'll be back.
Totally. Last night we ended at 11. And they were getting ready to lock the doors. We were just in there chanting names of the Lord and singing.
You were at the class. Oh, awesome. We were here till 10. Yeah, we were here till
a small circle of us, like 20 of us.
Yeah.
And we were just going intense.
Yeah.
And then we broke out, and there's so much flexibility here, because I've noticed that any other trip, there's always something extracurricular going on, or it might push over. I was last weekend dancing in one of the workshops that we had a DJ set up with vinyl records and speakers, and some people laying down just free flying dancing at 10 o'clock at night.
I love it.
In a dark room with candle lights.
Yeah.
And that alone gave me so much healing in my body to be able to just enter into that space.
Yeah. I think any of it, I think all of it, there's healing everywhere here. It's just such a total vortex here.
This area, the trees.
You drive up here, you're like
breathing out healing energy to us, the oxygen.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place. Beautiful place. So get out here. Come and take a look.
Get out to the Omega Institute. They're only running 7 months out of the year, so take advantage before they close for the season. And I'm going to come back every single year, just as I think you will.
I'm back in, I think, a month and a half or 2 months for TNT 11. So number 11, that's going to be a really powerful class. Yeah,
special class.
We had some beautiful people in this class. We got some new hints of how to look at more stuff, going further back, and they're just all the students are amazing. And come and see us in a month or so. We'll see you here.
Even though you're a master teacher here, you're still always transforming your craft. This is just a place where you can't not transform. I've seen this in every teacher, whether they're in their 70s, 60s, 40 years.
Yep.
They're still transforming their craft.
Growing.
And they're working with people here at that relationship level where you're at the same level, you're growing together, and everyone's putting in 100%. They're not falling back on old ways of doing things, but they're even innovating completely new ways of doing things.
I think we only missed like 3 people last night at 10:15, 10:20. We're in here till, it's going on, hour 12, and there was only a couple missing students. Everybody was here working, helping other people, and watching what I was doing. And I mean, it's just a real blessing, a real tribute to the students, and again to the staff to let us do it.
Nowhere else you can go to have that. I mean, if you go into a doctor's office where you will wait for 4 hours and then get 5 minutes of the time with this person who's supposed to heal your life. But having the actual commitment like you do, where someone sincerely cares, where they won't leave you alone until you're properly feeling better or you have a pathway forward, that's just such a commitment that I'm happy to call you a friend.
Oh, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you again. And
likewise.
I know we lose our trails, but all trails lead home. All trails lead home.
This is exactly a spiritual ally that you have made in me and I've made in you, and there's a lot of spiritual allies for every single person on this earth.
Absolutely.
Whether we see them or not. And if you come here, you can actually meet them and make them a part of your life.
I completely agree.
Thank you. Thank you all. If you have any questions, email us, comments, and we'll be able to follow up with your conversations, and we'll be more sharing soon.
See you then.
That was so good, you guys.
Was it?
That was so good. You're so good.
You're good. Yeah, you're really good at it.
And you just gelled. I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Thank you,
so
thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
doing
natural?
this? Like,
Yeah, you're natural.